Hello, welcome to our gift wrapping demo. I'm Laura.
I'm Susan.
And we're going to show you how to wrap some boxes, create a special box with a ribbon handle, make some bows, and some techniques that would be really fun for wrapping with kids.
Hi everybody. I'm going to show you how to wrap some packages with a few tricks I learned back when I used to wrap packages for a department store. One of the first things we're going to start with is tissue paper. If your tissue paper is too big for your box, I like to give it a little pinch in the middle and overlap so that it fits the shape of your box. Folding your gift so it looks nice gives it a little presentation. If you need more, you fold two pieces and overlap. And if you go someplace like the Christmas tree shop, they have all these wonderful tissue wrappings, tissue papers you can put in the box or around your boxes, and they're a lot more fun than just plain old white paper. All right, so now let's wrap our box. One of the things I do is I make sure that my paper is big enough. I want to use as little paper as possible so I'm not wasting. So often what I do is I just go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and this is of course a bigger sheet of paper, but I know that I have enough extra space. This nice paper from the Hallmark store and a lot of other stores have the grids on the back, and that makes it much easier to cut out. You also don't need that much paper for the end of your box. You don't need a whole bunch. So I just have a lot, it seems like a lot here, but I can also make it less and it will still work. I'm going to use the grid and cheat. So 1, 2, 3. Sharp scissors are a good thing. Don't use your mother's fabric scissors. Now, I tape towards myself. I put the bottom piece on. I only come up about 2 inches and give it a piece of tape. All right? Oh, I see I got it crooked, so hold on. Boop. I wasn't paying attention. That's better. I bring my paper over, I make sure it's nice and tight, and I make a crinkle with my fingers. I pinch it. That gives me a straight line to cut along. And I'll save that piece for later. I turn it around, away from myself, I pinch it again, and I tuck it under like this, right on the edge of the box. And I take a piece of tape, I turn it sticky side up, I put it on the flap, and then I fold it over. Beautifully done, you don't see the tape. You can also do that with double-sided tape. Then I go to the ends, I tuck in the sides first, and I again give it a good pinch. Same thing with this one. Give it a good pinch. I tuck this piece in. I turn this piece over. I pinch it again and I tuck it in, and look, it's right at the edge. So it's nice and hidden again. I put the tape on, and sometimes you gotta practice this, because I remember when I first started out, it didn't quite go on right all the time. And now you've got a beautiful edge, and nobody sees it. You do it again. You go to the sides. I fold it down. A nice pinch with my fingernail. I do it again. I tuck it in and tape it. Ta-da! Ready? Okay. So now we're going to make this really lovely bow. It's very simple. Now, this is a satin ribbon. It's only satin on one side. I didn't buy an expensive ribbon. I got this on sale at Michael's. I think it was like $1 a roll. They had a lot of different colors in the sale bin. They had a lot of printed ones that were very pretty for all different holidays. So first things first, I'm gonna put the ribbon around the middle. I'm gonna do one this way, and then I'm gonna show you a little trick. I use a stapler to hold stuff together. Kind of holds everything neat. And now we're gonna make a bow like that. All right, so I'm holding the satiny side out because I want to see that more than anything. And this one I'm going to turn like this. And you want to hold it up to your box. You want to see how big it's going to be. If you like a smaller bow, you make a smaller bow. You want a bigger bow, you make a bigger bow. It's all up to you. So I'm going to turn mine, oops, I'm going to turn mine this way. And then I'm going to do it again. Uh-oh. I lost my ribbon, Laura. Run away, run away. And I'm gonna turn it a little bit this way. Try to match the size. I'm gonna turn it again. Make another one. And I'm just turning mine inside. So you see the satiny edge and the flat. And maybe this one I'm gonna make this way. I think I've got more than enough, so I'm going to cheat. Make it a little easier on myself. There we go. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I did 3 on each side. And then I have my little pieces hanging down. Okay, I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to cheat again. That holds it in place for me. Then I'm going to staple it to the bottom. And then we want to make it look pretty. So I'm going to go underneath. I'm going to just tie an overhand knot, and I'm going to tuck it underneath. And also while I'm doing that, I can turn my ribbon around so that it gets the shiny piece showing. I want to hide my staples. And then I just cut my ribbon at the lengths I want it to go. There you go. Ta-da! Hi. So now we're going to make one of these beautiful big puffy bows, good for a wreath or a really nice big gift for somebody. Depending on how big your box is and how wide your ribbon is, you'll want to decide how big the bow is going to be. And I've decided that if I squish this together, I get a nice sized bow. So I'm going to go like this. So I'm going to go around at least 6 times. So I count and I go 2, 2, because I kept making mistakes. Now I go 3 and 3. And 4, and 4, and 5, and 5. Let's see here, I got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. 8 makes things really bushy. 6 if you don't have a lot of ribbon. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. We'll go 8. We'll make a big, beautiful bow. I'm using a wired ribbon. You can use just a regular plain ribbon, a plastic ribbon, a satin ribbon. You're going to cut triangles in the corner. There's one. I flip over. 2. Definitely don't do this with your good scissors because you're cutting through a lot of wire. 3. 4. Then you go to the middle, you open it up again, and you put those cut marks together. So you're left with that ability to tie it together neatly. Let's say, we'll go with that. If you get a piece that comes off, don't worry about it. It just becomes another piece that sticks off the side that you're going to cut and make it look pretty. Or you'll tie it to the package with that. You want to turn it over and make sure that your knot looks nice. And it's nice and tight. And then we go like this. That one came loose, but it's okay. Uh-oh. So, oops, that one came off. Hold on for a second, I had a boo-boo. Okay, so you go down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up. And you turn it around and you do the same thing, down and up, down, up, and down, and up. Now you've got this beautiful bow. And of course you got that lovely wire that can help you, and you're just gonna smush it open just the way you want it to look. Nice, big, and beautiful. You can take your lovely edge and mold it to your finger. You can cut just a triangular end like that. Or you could be like my mom. She used to like to fold hers. And then she'd cut an end in like this. So you had that look. However your preference is. There's my piece that was a mistake. So it became part of the bow. You can bend it and move it however you want it to go. Now it's ready to go right onto whatever you want it to go into.
So there's a bunch of different ways you can help your kids decorate the packages. You can use plain brown paper bags, white paper bags, brown craft paper or white craft paper. And one of the things I love about the two projects I'm about to show you is that your kids or yourself, I did these today, get to use their fingers. And I have a gift that my daughter made for me with her fingerprints from when she was 5 years old. And it just makes me happy every year when I take it out. You may have done this kind of project before with the Ed Emberley books. You can make all kinds of animals, creatures, and you can also make some fun holiday designs. On the bag here, we have a strand of holiday lights. And all we needed to do this was a little bit of paint. You can use tempera paint, which washes off very easily. Any kind of washable paint that you have at home. You could also use ink pads if you have different color ink pads. You could even color on your finger with a marker and press it if you don't have any paint or ink pads. There's two ways you can do this. You can either have your child or yourself do the fingerprints first and then draw the connecting wire, or you can draw the wire first and then put the fingerprints on after. And it's up to you if you decide to outline the lights, if you decide to add a little cap or not. You can do it as simple or as intricate as you and your family members desire. You could also write, you know, happy holidays, or my favorite lights are Christmas lights, shine bright this season, whatever you'd like. So it's a fun and personal way to add something unique to the gift you're giving. On the other side, I did a quick sample of snowmen, which were done pretty much the same way. I just used my thumb to make a really big body, and then I used smaller fingers to make the middle and the head. Once that paint is dry, you could add on arms, scarves, hats, noses, eyes, anything really that you want. It's just up to you and your imagination. You could also add in a leaf, not a leaf, a hill of snow, anything. And again, I do have a couple of Christmas bags that my kids made when they were really little, and we reuse them every year.
Oh.
And it's just a nice way to add something personal to the holiday.
Okay, so we're just gonna talk about this little sweet little bag that was really easy to make. Again, it's something your kids can do. I just went and got the bags at the dollar store. You can get any color, of course. And I got a bag of little noses at the dollar store, and then we have a lot of googly eyes at the library, and a thing of candy canes. And I just taped the candy canes in the top, and I glued on the eyes and the nose and stuck a little paper in, and you're ready for a gift. It was really simple. I'm gonna show you a really cool way to wrap a package that looks like a bag. Much easier for carrying. Okay, nothing fancy. Again, like I said before, my paper only needs to be as tall as the side of the box for the bottom. All right, and I'm going to put this paper on. Oops, I didn't come to the edge. Oh, but I still want the edge to look nice. So I can cheat and fold the paper anywhere I want. And that gives me a nice edge. And we can still use our tricky method with the tape. Stick it on, pull it nice and tight. And I think I'm gonna put on an extra piece because I want it to stay together. Okay. Again, we'll go to the bottom. I'll tuck in the sides, just like I did before. I got just right to the edge, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna fold my little edge. It won't be quite as hidden as my last job, but it'll still have a nice edge. I don't need quite so much at the top of this. I'm gonna fold it a couple of times around the ribbon, so I'm gonna cut off some of my extra. I'm gonna try to pinch it right up the middle, not towards one way or the other. You take the ribbon, you lay it on the top, the pretty side, and then I'm gonna go roll, 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 roll. Let me get it there. One more time. And I'm going to tie a little bow. A little something you can carry around. You could, another thing that I do, I forgot to tell you all about, is those Christmas cards that I get every year from my friends. I don't save them anymore because I don't need to. I cut them now, and when it's time for me to give maybe Zachary a gift, I cut his picture out of last year's Christmas card, poke a hole, tie it onto the package, and now Zachary knows exactly whose package is his.